I began practicing law in 1997 and have practiced continually since that time, except for 4 years that I took off to fly helicopters for the Army. I transferred to the Army JAG Corps. I spent the next 4 years prosecuting some of the most serious crimes in the military. After I left active duty, I continued to work for the Army Reserves as a defense attorney and joined Bone McAllester Norton, where I could take my experience in the courtroom and apply it in the civilian world. My primary area of focus is defending people who have been accused of serious crimes, whether they're white-collar crimes, violent crimes, drug crimes. I'm used to operating in an environment of high stress, of high risk, putting people at ease and letting them know that no matter how difficult that problem is, they've got someone on their side who's going to fight for them. In addition to my criminal practice, I also work with businesses, and I work with businesses both in terms of litigation and in terms of business planning. So with my experience in the courtroom, I can help a business know what steps they need to take to avoid getting in trouble and to execute properly. But then if things go badly, I'm in a position where I can get there in court and advocate for them and solve problems. What excites me most about my job is helping people who are facing what may be the most difficult time in their entire life, helping them through that process, guiding them through it, and hopefully getting them to a better place at the end. I want to make sure every client understands that there is a process, that the law is in place to protect the innocent, and that I understand that process, and I can make sure that they get their due process rights, that the government is required to prove every element of their case beyond a reasonable doubt, which is a high burden for the government. And so just because someone is sitting there across from me does not mean that they're guilty. There's no presumption that they're guilty. In fact, there's a presumption that they're innocent, and I will protect that presumption of innocence.